I hope the audio is okay for everyone.
Yes.
Om Shanti. Good morning. This is the Murli of 11th of May 1977. The title of the Murli, The Sign of Being Complete, is to have pure thoughts for oneself and positive thoughts for others. The sign of being complete is to have pure thoughts for oneself and positive thoughts for others. Bapdada constantly sees the perfect form of the children. Each child is the same as the father, an embodiment of bliss, love, happiness, and peace. What is Baba seeing on each one's forehead and in the eyes? That each of you is a treasure store of virtues and powers. Do you always move along while considering yourself to be full in this way? Baba is asking. The sign of the complete stage is visible in all souls in two aspects. What are these two aspects? Such souls who are complete will always maintain pure thoughts for the self and will also have positive thoughts for other souls. I will read this line again because this is the line of the Murli. Baba says that Baba is seeing the two aspects of the soul. What are these two aspects? Such soul who are complete will always maintain pure thoughts for the self and will also have positive thoughts for other souls. So the two signs of having pure thoughts for oneself and positive thoughts for others will be visible in souls who are complete. Bad, inauspicious, ashubh thoughts and West thoughts automatically finish in souls who are complete. We can later on think that what Baba says, bad thoughts, inauspicious thoughts, what kind of thoughts are they? Because it is very important to know to categorize our thoughts. Sometimes we consider maybe the West thoughts as bad thoughts or bad thoughts as West thoughts. So clarity is important in that way to understand, as Baba is saying, that bad thoughts and West thoughts automatically finish in souls who are complete because such souls have huge treasure of pure thoughts and true knowledge. Children from a royal family never play with the stones or dust of bad thoughts or West thoughts. You have received so many treasures for having positive thoughts. You have received so many treasures for having positive thoughts. Do you know them? You have limitless treasures. Do you not? Pure thoughts mean powerful thoughts. West and powerful cannot stay together. Just as day and night cannot stay together, the Father has already told you what pure thoughts you should have as soon as you open your eyes at Amrit Vela. Whatever pure and powerful thoughts of love for the Father you have at Amrit Vela, such will be the influence throughout the day because Amrit Vela is the beginning period. It is the Sato Pradhan time. It is the time for the children to receive special blessings and cooperation from the Father. This is why the first thought at Amrit Vela is the basis of the whole day's timetable. Baba says, this is why the first thought of Amrit Vela is the basis of the whole day's timetable. It is remembered that Brahma created the world through thought. Thought has been given so much importance. Brahma creates the creation in the beginning period. In the same way, whatever thoughts you Brahmins create at the beginning of the day, the period of Amrit Vela, accordingly, this is how the world will automatically be. That is, it will affect the timetable for the whole day. So Baba is giving extreme importance to the first thought that we generate during the Amrit Vela. That controls the whole day's timetable. And as Baba says, as it says that Brahma creates the world. So our thought is creating us, creating the new beginning also. We each are Brahmins. So our thought has equal importance as it had the important, as it was as important for Brahma. So we have to take care of our thoughts and remember that Baba says that pure thoughts mean powerful thoughts. What is the first thought of Brahmins? What is your stage at that time? When you meet the Father, you meet him in a stage equal to his. Do you not? As soon as you open your eyes, what thought do you have? Can you see anyone other than Father? When you say good morning, you say it to your Father, considering yourself to be a child. Do you not? So a child is a master. What response does the Father give the children? My children, who are the masters, you are the children who are the crown of his head. We'll read this line again. Baba says, my children, who are the masters, you are the children who are the crown of his head. So the first thought is a powerful one. The first meeting is with the Father, and in the first meeting, the Father gives you every day the blessing, may you be equal. All blessings are merged in this one blessing. What would the entire day be like of someone whose beginning of the day is so great? Could it be wasteful? Who is constantly able to have such an elevated meeting? Those whose thoughts are of Baba and whose whole world is Baba have such an elevated meeting. Now Baba is telling who can feel that Baba gives the vardhan that may you be equal. But when we would feel that, when we will meet Baba being equal, those children can do that whose thoughts are of Baba and whose whole world is Baba. Have such an elevated meeting. Such close children have a close meeting with the Father. Otherwise, they are not able to have a close meeting. They do have a meeting in front of Him at a distance, which means all the children definitely have a meeting, but the number one children meet Him in an equal form. And we shouldn't forget again that those whose thoughts are Baba and whose world is Baba have such an elevated thought and can meet Baba being equal. To be close means to experience the company and companionship in such that it doesn't feel like two beings, but just one. If you would remember, in the last Avyakta Milan, Baba also have given this vardhan to children that may you always be combined with Father. Baba is reminding us the same thing again. To be close means to experience the company and the companionship is such that it doesn't feel like two beings, but just one. The second number children meet the Father, not with an equal form, but being the embodiment of the pure thought of becoming equal to the Father in His love, His blessings, and in having a meeting with Him. To experience being face to face means that you are experiencing all attainments from the Father. So the first number children meet in the form of being equal, and the second number children meet with the thought of becoming equal. Baba is telling now that don't even ask about third type of children. The divine games of the third type of children are unique. What is that? 1 minute they will meet Baba as his children, and the next minute they will be begging for something. They are those with many forms. Sometimes they will have one form and sometimes another form. So, even among the children, celebrating a meeting is number wise. So the first number of children will meet Baba in the form of being equal. The second number of children will meet Baba, the thought of becoming equal, and the third type of children will keep on fluctuating between their stages. Sometimes one form, sometimes another form, and that's why Baba is saying that they are celebrating even the meeting. Their celebration of meeting with Baba is also, that's why, number wise. The first thought at Amrit Vela of those who constantly have elevated thoughts, that is, of those who have a meeting with the Father in an equal form, influences their daily timetable. Such souls automatically and constantly maintain pure thoughts. The second type of children are not able to maintain this automatically. Who are the second number of children? Who have the thought of becoming equal to Father. Baba is telling they are not able to maintain this automatically, but they maintain their pure thoughts by continuously paying attention. They should put effort in that way. The third type of children are constantly battling between having pure thoughts and West thoughts. They are sometimes victorious and sometimes disheartened, because these children who comes under the third type have the habit of asking for something to father. That's why they get disheartened. This is kind of a bhakti sanskar when they are asking for something from God. Constantly maintain pure thoughts. The method for that is to have a powerful thought at the beginning of the day. So in order to maintain constant pure thought, the method is to have a powerful thought at the beginning of the day. Souls. Now Baba is telling how those souls would become who are like this. Souls who constantly have pure thoughts, have positive thoughts throughout the day, for souls who come into contact or relationship with them. How that would be? No matter, now Baba is explaining, no matter what type of soul comes into contact with you, Satoguni or Tamoguni, you must constantly have positive thoughts for everyone. That is, you have to uplift even those who defame you, which is a very, very uh, important and maybe apparently seems a difficult task to do, that to uplift those souls who defame us, and only the souls who have the pure thought at the beginning of the day and having the positive thoughts throughout the day can do that. Baba is telling such souls will never look at others with dislike, because they understand that those souls are influenced by ignorance. That is, they are children who do not have any understanding. They will be ever merciful, you see. The compassion, the kindness will flow from their heart naturally. One never has feelings of dislike for any type of actions performed by a child who does not have any understanding. Instead, there would be mercy and love for that child. Souls who have positive thoughts for others would move along while considering the self to be a world transformer and a world benefactor. Vishwa Parivartak and Vishwa Kalyankari, and be merciful towards souls. This is the real mercy that Baba just defines. Because of this, they would not have feeling of dislike, but would constantly maintain pure feelings and intentions. Therefore, they would constantly have positive thoughts. They would never think, why did this one do this? Instead, they would think about how to bring benefit to that soul. Do you constantly have a stage of such positive thoughts? We all have to check, we all have to contemplate, we all require to do the self-reflection, that are we constantly having such stage when we have this kind of positive thoughts, when we really can think beyond insult, beyond, like when somebody is defaming us, they're trying to spread something which is not true to the Brahmin family or to the Lokik family. Are we merciful? Do we have that compassion or kindness for that soul? Can we forgive them? The next step is to think about their benefit. First is to forgive them, to acknowledge, okay, that soul is like this, and that is because they don't have any understanding. This is the real forgiveness, and the next stage is to how to bring the benefit to that soul. So we all need to really, really check on this subject. If you do not have pure thoughts, you cannot have positive thoughts for others. Very, very important line. If you do not have pure thoughts, you cannot have positive thoughts for others. The two are connected. Those who have the aim of becoming complete imbibe both this qualification. Do you understand? If you have best thoughts, you are unable to stabilize yourself in the stage of having pure thoughts. Therefore, check spiritual power. Practice having positive thoughts. They are, after all, your own powers. The positive thoughts are our own power. When we have the best thoughts or bad thoughts, as Baba says, inauspicious thought, that means we are giving the power to someone, to something, which depletes our energy. So from this line is equally important that practice having positive thoughts. They're after all your own powers. The Father always has special love for the serviceable ones who are doing service because they are embodiments of renunciation. So you automatically receive the fortune of renunciation. Do you know what and how you receive that? One is to earn through your own hard work, and the other is suddenly to win a lottery. Everyone experiences all their powers and virtues through their own efforts. However, the practical fruit of special cooperation is the experience of receiving greater attainment than you would receive through your own efforts. Whatever result you wanted to experience through your own efforts over a long period of time will be experienced so easily and in such a powerful stage that even against your conscious wish, the sound that emerges from your mind will be, "It is Baba's wonder." The experience will be, how would we feel? We will feel that I'm experiencing in the corporeal form something that I never even thought would be possible. So only cooperative soul experience the attainment of the special blessing from the Father. You all can share if you have such kind of thoughts when you have experienced that something magical, some miracle, and someone else is, controlling your life, and the magical thing, something which is not expected, some impossible thing is becoming possible. Such an experience becomes a special memorial in your life. Acha. Baba is giving his blessings to the souls who constantly cooperate with the Father, to those who reveal the Father while following the Father at every step, to those who constantly move along with the waves of attaining the virtues of the self and remain cheerful. To those who are forged in the Father's love, to such equal souls, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Now Baba is saying, talking about somewhat different topic. Do you constantly move along while considering yourself to be a soul loved by the Father, a master who is constantly detached from physical organ? Whom does the Father love? Those who are detached. Whom does the Father love? Those who are detached. Why is the Father loved by all? Because he is detached. If he were not detached, but came into birth and rebirth like you, he wouldn't be loved by all. So, all of you will also be loved by the Father when you constantly move along while considering yourself to be detached from the consciousness of the body. Without becoming detached, you cannot be loved. To the extent that you remain detached, that is, in the consciousness of the soul, accordingly, the Father loves you. It's a very beautiful way the Baba has putting this point. Baba always says that Dehi Abhimani Banu, be soul consciousness, be soul consciousness. Now Baba is explaining that the more we will be into the consciousness of the soul, the more we will be remain detached and the more we will be loved by Father. This is kind of formula Baba is giving us. This is why love and remembrance are given number-wise. The basis of your number is the extent to which you become detached. Are you able to know your number on the basis of your stage of detachment? The Father turns the beads of the rosary of the children. Who would be the number one beads in the rosary? Those who are detached. That is, those who are equal. Now, Baba is giving a new meaning of being detached. Those who are detached, that is, those who are equal. Because if we remember, in the first part of Murli, Baba says they are the number one, the first type of children who meet Baba being equal. And how we will become equal, Baba says in the beginning of the Murli, who is having the pure thoughts and positive thoughts throughout the day. And who can do that? Who are detached. Do not think I have come later and no one even knows me. The Father knows all the children. Therefore, make it firm that the basis of being loved is to be detached. You have to claim full marks in the paper of the first lesson. Therefore, whenever you are walking or speaking or whatever you may be doing, check whether you are the one who is inspiring it to happen. The soul is the one inspiring, and the physical organs do it physically. By making this lesson firm, you will constantly have the intoxication of being a master of all treasures. At the beginning of the Murli, if you would remember that Baba is telling the children have all the treasures. Are they not? Baba asked questions. Now Baba is telling who are those children who can feel and being the master of all the treasures, those who is making the first lesson firm, and that is the soul is the one inspiring and the physical organs do it physically. This is the first lesson. You will not experience yourself to be lacking anything. Having found the Father, it will be as though you have found everything. It will not be just for the sake of saying it, but you will experience all attainments from Him, and you will remain constantly absorbed in happiness, peace, and bliss. You will have the intoxication of having found Him, that you have attained Him. Do you constantly remain set on the seat of your self-respect? Now Baba is talking about some other topic. Everything is interconnected and interrelated, of course. What is the seat of self-respect? That you are the highest Brahmin children who belong to the highest on high Father. Do you remain constantly set in this elevated stage of self-respect, or does the seat shake? Maya tries to shake the seat. If you would remember correctly, the third type of children keeps on fluctuating between different forms. Maybe we can take it as one of the reasons that when we are not set at the seat of this intoxication, that we are the children of the highest, we are the highest Brahmin children who belong to the highest on high Father, our seat gets shaken. Since you are the children who belong to the highest on high Father, why should you forget this? This is the natural life of Brahman birth. Nothing of the natural life can be forgotten. Anything that is temporary can be forgotten. It's also another a very reflective line when Baba is telling nothing of a natural life can be forgotten. Anything that is temporary can be forgotten. And the natural life, this is the natural life of Brahman birth, where we shouldn't forget that we belong to the highest on high Father. Constantly to remember and think about the treasure of pure thoughts that the Father gives you is to use them. By using them, you experience happiness. To maintain pure thought is also churning. The butter of happiness that you experience from churning will make your life powerful. And then no one will be able to shake you. Maya will shake. You will not. Who is Angad, an example of the Maharathis? So you are Maharathis, are you not? Since you didn't shake a cycle ago, how can you shake now? Angad is the one who is constantly unshakable and who constantly has a stable stage. He doesn't shake even in his thoughts. Do you continue to move along while facing Maya, armed with all your weapons? Those who are armed are fearless. Of whom? Of their enemy. When gods are armed, they have the faith that their weapons will chase away their enemies. Rakiman, should I continue? It will take maybe another 2-3 minutes, or should I stop here?
If it completes in 2-3 minutes, we can continue.
All right. So Baba is telling that when gods are armed, they have the faith that their weapons will chase away their enemies, that their weapons will defeat their enemies, and they then move around completely fearlessly. So too, no matter how much Maya opposes you, When you are armed, you will never be afraid of mine. You will never fear her or be defeated. That is, you will constantly be victorious. You should constantly have all your weapons. If even one weapon is missing, you could be defeated. The powers are the weapons. So, do you constantly have all the weapons of all the powers? We quickly will remember um, on our own what are all the powers, 8 powers Baba have given us. Do you know how to look after them? The courage of the Pandavas has been portrayed by their huge form, and the courage of Shaktis have been shown as the weapons. Pandavas were the constant companions of God, and because of this company, they were constantly victorious. You also experience the constant company of the Father. When you experience His company, the virtues and powers of the Father are yours. Just as the Father is spiritual, so too those who stay with Him will also be able to maintain their spirituality. Even while looking at the body, they would only see the soul. Do all of you experience Amrit Vela? What would you say to someone who throws away a lottery he wins while sitting at home? This is also a lottery that you win while sitting at home. If you do not take this lottery now, you will later remember these days. These are now the days of attainment, but after some time they will become the days of repentance. Therefore, take as much as you want. Intensify your speed. Always remember, if not now, then never. Not even today, but now. This is known as being an intense effort maker. Have you made preparation to return home? To be ready means that all strings should be cut. So, are all your strings cut? If all your strings are cut, you will then return home. Otherwise, you will have to take birth again. Have you completed all your service? Unless you have given the message to the world, how could you be called world benefactors? You'd just be benefactors of India. Have you practiced sufficiently so that no matter what happens, you are easily able to leave your body? Have you practiced to this extent? There shouldn't be a tug of war in any relationship or sanskar. Everyone has to go, but some will go easily, whereas others will go after battling. So it is okay that you are ready to go, but are you ready to go easily? Will you go directly or via the subtle region? Bhava says the land of Dharamraj is custom office. If anything still remains with you, you will have to wait in customs. We all know, right? In airport, there is a customs office separately where they check if you have some belongings which is not coming under their, some kind of violation of the rules or something. So, together with going, you also need to have made this preparation check that you have cleared the customs, check your passport and your bags and packages, etc. Acha. So, it was a beautiful Murli Baba has highlighted many points, and all the points were interconnected. Baba has talked about being detached few lines above, and here Baba has told that are all our strings cut. So maybe that is the foundation when we will feel detached from all the relationship or all the sanskars. But still we are experiencing as a tug of war. So we will be taking 1 minute of silence. I will be gradually taking you through all the highlighted points from today's Murli, and later on after that we can take today's sharing journey. Thank you. Okay, so whosoever is ready, you can unmute yourself and start sharing.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti Girijaban.
Yeah, I think it was for me, the Murli was a variety of things, like how Baba starts. And of course, when he speaks to us general, it was only one point. The other point, whatever was there, was meeting groups, which is always diverse. But what I took, as I've already shared even in the chat boxes, just one thing. And when we learn about thoughts, whenever we have done a course on it or when Baba mentions it, we come across so many kinds of thoughts: pure thoughts, positive thoughts, mundane thoughts, ordinary thoughts, powerful thoughts. But today, Baba just asked us to do two things: pure thoughts for the self, positive thoughts for others. Pure thoughts, powerful. Positive thoughts, world benefactor. Pure thoughts, Amritvela. Take it from him. Positive thoughts throughout the day. Then I was just thinking the difference between this pure and positive. So pure means it's the foundation. It is something which is based on truth, something which is based on belief, and something which has no impurity. What is no impurity? No vices. So that gives a free flow of energy from the mind. Then my thoughts flow. Then I can send it across to the world. Like an optimist, I see prosperity in adversity. So for pure thoughts, you need a pure mind, you need a pure body, you need a pure heart. That is what was there in the Murli. But otherwise, if you get time, you can really go in deep and churn about it. Purity is just an awareness, but positivity is an affirmation. With an affirmation, my pure thoughts I can send across to people as positivity. Like pure, there is no adulteration in purity. Nicely it folds. Like they show no tata namak, how it easily flows. Like that, my pure thoughts will go this. There are so much more to churn, but I think I will listen from others too. This is what I took from the Murli, the first part.
Thank you, Girija, and thank you for wonderful sharing. Before going to the other sharing, just declaration that tomorrow PK Sudarshan Sundar Bhai, he's a senior Rajyoga teacher from Boston, will take the class on the topic Chat GPT-2 Chat God. Such a very techy and very promising line, because we all talk about ChatGPT a lot, right? Tomorrow from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And as a reference, he would be using the last Murli, 2nd November, Avyakta Bapdada Milan Murli. Thank you. You can continue sharing. I would invite Rakhi Ben or Sakshi Ben if you just can take up the sharing, because I just need to go now. Thank you.
Thank you, Reshmi Ben. We can continue any more sharing that comes in. Mumbai, Bijit Bhai. Would you like to share?
Yeah, just one point about the being positive and also at Amrit Vela. So other than that, another point that which I liked in this Murli is the being detached. So Baba says, you know, the method by being loved by all is, you know, to be detached. So those who are detached, right? Baba says they are equal. You know, it's that's the basis of being loved, being detached. So they are the one who actually claims the full mark, it seems, in the first paper. I mean, full marks. So for this, the first lesson is to be firm, right? So Sakshi and Sati, right? So this is going to be the final thing that one must practice in order to face the last paper, right? So so this is one takeaway for me. You know how much I'm able to stabilize myself in this form. So Baba also gave the example of Ankat, right? He doesn't shake even in his thought. Okay. And one more, just while share one more point that which really touched me, that Baba says, you know, intensify the speed, right? And there Baba went on saying that for the preparation of our return journey, right? So there Baba says, be ready means that we have to cut off all our strings. There shouldn't be any string left. So if there is any string left, Baba says you'll have to take even, you know, you'll have to take other birth to complete that or to finish that. So it's actually a very big secret. Great checking is required. So if somebody would like to wind up all in this corporeal world and then get back or go, would like to go back to Parandam at the earliest, then this is one checking and practice that one must do. How much am I able to detach from all? Is there any string that which is bothering me? Thank you. Om Shanti.
Rakhi Ben, could you really throw some more on this purity and positivity, because that's the heart of the Murli. We know about positivity, seeing prosperity in adversity, seeing unpleasantness, pleasantness in unpleasantness. Best is to happen, not worse. Self-talk. We know all those kind of jargons. But from Baba's Murli point, two things he has placed before us. Could you please throw your churning on the purity, which is for the self, positivity for others, please?
Would anybody like to share their experiences or their thoughts before I share any thoughts on the same? So one reflection here, since others would like to think and come, one reflection that I have on this point is uh, even if something which is uncertain, unpleasant that comes in front at that moment, can I be considering all of that being a part of drama? Can I see this as benevolent rather than putting questions around that particular situation? Is being remaining in purity at self level, and when I am radiating that purity at this level of positive thoughts around it, I radiate or vibrate the same on the other side, that is the other soul or any situation that's been showing up. So how I see is purity radiates positivity automatically. That starts from self. So that's the main point, as per the Murli goes today, is one of the reflection that I get is at every given point of time, stay in the state of purity. And the mind is such that it may think on asking too many questions, but at that moment, can I bring my mind back to just think on what is there in which is benevolent? That's one reflection. Over to others to share.
Yeah, I'll just add to remain positive, right? Especially, I think, yeah, Baba already said that pure thought is the basis. If no pure thoughts, then no positive thoughts. But I think if somebody wants to check themselves, then we need to check if there is someone who is defaming us or not being nice. Then we can check, do we have positive thoughts for them? Because when we think about others, right, so there is going to be a reflection or the vibration going from us. That is actually, that will, to some extent, that will change others, the way they have the kind of impression to us or about others also. Let's say I look at somebody and think that that person is like that, okay, or he has some bad habit or acquired habit, and he shows that all the time, and I have that in my mind, and then if I look at that person with that in my with that attitude, right, then he keeps showing that again and again in front of me. So when I change that attitude and bring some positivity and see something different, or whatever positive, whatever good things that I want to see him, right? If I start visualizing that in that person, right? It says, even in some other Murli also, it was there, I think in Jankita, this class I heard this, it start reflecting in that person slowly. So we can slowly change other man's thoughts and their behavior, or we can even change with our good wishes and positive, pure thoughts, the other man's thinking and attitude towards us and also to the world, especially to us. It's how mainly it works, it seems, that it's how we think about others. They start behaving in that way. So first change that one should do is change the attitude, pure thoughts, and then the positive action or positive reflection will come from the other side. Om Shanti.
No, why I had this doubt is, see, the whole world, is full of positive talks, positive courses. Go to such souls. Are they really pure in the sense which Baba says? Do they have ego in them? They have so many other things in them that they want to succeed throwing their ideas across to the people over there. So they are also positive. I got this when I read a magazine called as Life Positive Magazine. So pure is positive. But my question is, positive people, are they always pure? See, for that you need spirituality within you. I don't think it was vice versa. That is why I had a doubt. Purity definitely leads to positivity if I have that world benefactor mercy in my thing. Both are, I think, conditional. I know time is running out. I just thought it needs some challenge.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just to clarify here, see, when we have pure thought, right, or the positive thoughts, it's about our stage also. So there is a powerful vibration going from the first person. See, like when somebody who's in a powerful stage, right? So when we are before them, we'll not be able to think ill of them, right? Because their vibration and their positivity influence us. That same thing. There are many people in this world do not have positive thoughts. But yes, that is because of their sanskar. They're not working on it. But our attitude can change them gradually. If not the entire world, but at least the people who are around us will be changing slowly. And the world is actually getting transformed. Over a period of time, the whole world will change. That's how, right? The self-transformation is leading toward transformation. There, I think the thought will also change. It has to change, isn't it?
So there's one important point that Reshmi Ben has added here on chat where she says purity starts with the first thought, I am soul and not this body. And as you rightly mentioned, Girija Ben, there has to be a spiritual touch to the place from where the positivity comes in. And the only place, as per Baba's knowledge, that is all of us has is to start with considering self as soul and others as soul. So I think that's one of the reflection there. Hope you get you got your answer to some extent, Girijagan.
Exactly, that's the beginning. That's what I wanted to say. It's purity, purity, and only we should be so privileged. We are not like those motivational speakers outside and all just trying to create a crowd or something. That's what I wanted to do. And that's the whole thing of the Murli, I feel, that purity leads to positivity, not vice versa. Thank you, sister.
So in the interest of time, let's take few minutes of silence. Let's observe that silence for few, maybe just a minute before we close, to observe the thoughts of purity and positivity.